So welcome everyone. Thanks for being here today. My name's Bronwyn and I work for the Alzheimer Society of PEI as the Operations and Special Projects Coordinator. I oversee different aspects of our operations, marketing and communications, project management and events, as well as our volunteer coordination. Today, I'm going to give you a quick overview of our volunteer opportunities and kind of what our organization does. So the mission of the Alzheimer Society is to alleviate the personal and social consequences of Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia, as well as promote a search for a cause and cure. At the Alzheimer's Society, we offer a range of programs and services for people with dementia, as well as their caregivers. We have a referral program where we can connect people to resources and support in the community. We have our volunteer companion program, which I'll talk about in a minute. We have a dementia care training program for healthcare providers, and kind of our main services include support groups, supportive counseling like one-on-one or family supportive counseling. We also started a counseling therapy program where people can access free therapy from our in-house therapist to go into the deeper issues. And education is a large portion of our programs and services as well. So what kind of volunteer opportunities do we have? We have a lot of different options and we're pretty open and flexible with volunteers. We kind of want to meet you where you're at with your availability, your time commitment, and the kind of skills that you want to gain and experience you have in the past that you want to bring to your role. We understand that students get busy during exams and stuff like that, so we're always kind of flexible to give breaks. The different opportunities that we have include volunteer companion program and social activities, which I'll talk a little bit more in detail about, as those are the most in need at the moment. We also have event support, community speaker program, general office assistance and data entry, photography, videography, graphic design, stuff like that, and our walking group. The general office volunteering can be a good way for you to learn about how an organization works and gain office experience. So we've had volunteer interns in the past that would come like once a week to learn how the organization works, shadow our different programs, and gain experience from like a nonprofit social service organization. So in the past, it's been really great for people that are looking to study psychology or go further in a social service career. The Volunteer Companion Program, this is a one-on-one visiting program where volunteers visit someone with Alzheimer's or dementia. Our volunteer coordinator matches volunteers to people that have similar interests, availability, and the location. The program really is focusing on social stimulation and meaningful activity, which research shows can help slow down the progression of the disease and promotes brain health. So these visits would take place at the home of the person who's living with dementia, and usually the visits we aim for an hour a week. And we do ask that volunteers commit to a minimum of 6 months if possible. So what do you do when you're visiting someone with dementia? Because dementia is a progressive disease, we have participants at all different stages and having different abilities and interests. So we try to match volunteers that have similar interests, but sometimes people just go and chat. They might reminisce, look at photo albums, listen to music, while other people might play games or do crafts, go for walks, stuff like that. At the Alzheimer's Society office, we have a range of activities like games, crafts, stuff like that that you can borrow for free to do with your match when you're there. So we have supplies for coloring, painting, like knitting, crochet, Sudoku, conversation games, gardening, and a lot more. So the benefits, not only does this benefit the participant, but it also benefits the caregiver because it gives them about an hour of rest where they can go and get groceries and not be scared to leave the person at home alone. But it also benefits the volunteer. So you get to build a new friendship, learn about each other, feel a sense of achievement by improving someone's quality of life, giving back to your community by doing something meaningful. as well as enhancing your personal growth and learning new skills. Not to mention, it's also good to socialize yourself and promote your own brain health. It's not required to have experience with dementia to do this program. We provide training for you to make sure that you're confident during your visits, and our VCP coordinator accompanies you to your first visit to ensure that the match is suitable and that you both feel comfortable. We have an online application, so you can check out the QR code there or visit our website. Information will be at the last slide. These applications are basically just to learn about your past experience, how much training you might need, your hobbies and interests, availability, and stuff like that to help us make a match with somebody. And I will note that it's not guaranteed that you'll get matched with someone right away. Sometimes it can take a couple months to get a match. So if you're interested in the program, but you're feeling like very busy at school at the moment and you're not ready to commit, you can still fill out the application and we'll have your information, and we might not call you for a little while. So yeah, it might be something that you're interested in, but it can take some time to get a match. I'll also mention that we have a wait list of participants who are slightly outside of Charlottetown, not more than like 15 kilometers, but if you have a vehicle and you're willing to drive to their home, you might be matched quicker. Another key area that we need volunteers right now is for social activities. We offer social activities for seniors and caregivers about once a month across the island. And in Charlottetown, these ones come up like maybe every 2 or 3 months. So these can be things like arts and crafts, music concerts, sing-alongs, discussion groups, games, and stuff like that. And we usually need volunteers to help with setup, registration, like getting people coffee and tea or serving food sometimes, as well as just assisting in the activity. Like if it's crafts and stuff, you can usually make one of your own too. It's a good opportunity for a volunteer because it's not a large commitment. It's only a couple of hours every few months, and it's usually pretty fun. So the upcoming activities we have planned for the fall include our Soup for the Soul, which is on October 16th. And we'll need volunteers to help with registration, setting up and clearing tables, and helping to serve the soup. And we always make sure that our volunteers are well fed. So that's a perk. Another one that we've had volunteers from UPEI before is our holiday party. This is open to caregivers, people with dementia, and seniors in the community. The volunteers, again, helping with like taking attendance at registration, setting up, helping people get hot chocolate, as well as specialized roles. Like you can see in the photo there, we had volunteers before that were at our gingerbread cookie station. So it's usually pretty fun. We're also looking for more specialized roles if you're interested. We're looking for people who can play some Christmas carols if you're a musician, or we've had people in the past dress up as elves or like Santa and Mrs. Claus. Another event that we have every year is the Walk for Alzheimer's, which is in May. So some of you may have gone home for the summer by this point, but if you're interested in joining the planning committee, we usually start planning for this in February. So we have different roles in the committee like recruitment for participants and volunteers, coordination, logistics, sponsorship, as well as the event day if you're available to do registration. We have a kids area with a bouncy castle, face painting. It's usually a pretty fun day. The community speaker program is kind of a unique opportunity for anyone who's interested in public speaking or education. It's where volunteers will present on behalf of the Alzheimer's Society to the public. So this one, you get pre-made slides from us. And I will say that the training is pretty extensive. We estimate about 40 hours of training so that you can learn all the material, shadowing our presentations, practicing the slides, as well as co-presenting with our staff until you feel comfortable presenting on your own. But after your training is done, we usually only have 1 or 2 presentations a month. So even though the training is very heavy, it's not as much of a commitment after that part is done. To apply, we have an online application with the QR code on the screen, as well as on our website. And with the application, we also require a resume, government-issued photo ID, you to sign our confidentiality form, and a criminal record and vulnerable sector check. And volunteers really make a difference in our work, so we really appreciate any kind of hours or commitment that you want to make to the people living with dementia in your community. So thank you, and I'm happy to talk more about next steps. Yeah, any questions? Let's see a question in the comments.
Just your mute there.
International students who do not have a government-issued ID. As long as it has a photo of you and your birthday, it doesn't have to be like a Canadian ID. It's just so we can match it with the name and birthday that's on the criminal record check.